This is the ALLOYMAN half-inch drive cordless impact wrench. As you can see, it comes in a cardboard overlay on top of a plastic blow-molded case, complete with a go handle. So let's open it up. In the box you get the instruction manual. Here is the impact wrench itself. They give you 6 different sockets, 3 different extensions, battery, 20 volt, 4 amp hour, and of course the charger, red and green lights on that. That's pretty easy to figure out. Let me tell you a bit about it. I'll show you how the sockets go on, how everything goes together, and then of course we'll take it out to the car and see what it can do. This will produce up to 480 foot-pounds of torque. I'm in the US, so I'm going to be talking foot-pounds throughout this video. 2,000 RPM maximum speed on this, and there are different speed levels and an adjustable trigger. In other words, the more you squeeze the trigger, the faster it's going to go, and you can limit the speeds within that as well. Of course, I'll demonstrate that to you in a bit. The tool itself has a half-inch drive, and there's an LED light on it right over there, so it'll light up when you go ahead and squeeze the trigger. The battery has a convenient meter on it. Press and hold the button, it'll show, let go, and it goes out. Simple like that. The motor in here is a brushless motor. It's going to run longer and cooler than a brushed motor. It'll also last longer than that. They give you a 3, 5, and 10-inch extension, and you get a 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21, and 22 millimeter socket. These sockets have an O-ring and a pin. I'm going to show you how all of that goes together. Incidentally, in case you're wondering, how do I get a new battery in that? Well, you can get it directly from ALLOYMAN, but this will also fit Makita batteries. So if you have Makita drills and whatnot that take these kind of batteries, it should be the same mount and just snap right on there, and that's super convenient. Let me show you how the wrench works. We'll put a socket on it, and then we'll put it to the test. So first we'll put the battery on. Just snaps on like that. Like I had said before, you have the LED light there. You have your forward and backward switch. Center locks the trigger. So like that, you can see the light right there. And there's also this control panel, which is a little hard to show you, right here with lights. So you have low, medium, and high speed. It starts out on high speed, and there's also a battery meter right there. But you can adjust that, low, medium, high. Now what that does, let's start on low, and I'm going to squeeze the trigger here just a little bit. And listen as I do this. It starts up at the lowest speed, squeeze a little more, next speed, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Press it again. Now we'll start off. Goes faster, and then at the highest, and that would be your 2,000 RPM right there. So you can limit the speed down. I'm going to be using this on the lowest speed for my lug nuts. You should be doing the same and all that as well. So let me show you how the sockets work. Over here you have a particular socket that I'm going to be using. Has an O-ring on it, and if you look, there's a pin in the center. Roll the O-ring onto the socket, and the pin will come out. Save that. You're going to need all of it. Before we get to that, I just want to show you the extension piece here. That just pops on like a regular wrench over here. There we are. Nice tight fit. That goes on there, and you will not be using the pin when you use an extension like that. Otherwise, you take everything off. We'll separate this out. And then you go ahead and put this on the wrench. You see the holes. You want to make sure that they are in line. So let me get that on there now. There we go. Now, take the pin. If you hold it vertically like this with the hole straight up and down, when you put the pin in, it's going to fall all the way out. So do it sideways like this and work the pin through. And you have to get everything just in line. And you might be saying, well, this is kind of a pain. Can't I use it without that? You can until you have a problem. There's the pin in there, okay? And then roll the O-ring back to keep the pin in place, and then you're all set. Now you can go ahead and take your battery, clip that on, and use it just like that. Now the socket won't come off. That's going to be especially important when you don't have perfectly hexagonal lug nuts and you go and put this on there and now the lug nut is stuck in the socket and you're saying, what am I going to do? Well, with that pin in there, it's going to hold it on the wrench, so you just move this guy around until you're able to pull it off. So now that we're all set, I think I'm going to use the little stubby extension. It just makes it a little bit easier. We're going to take this out to the car and I'll compare it against a traditional manual torque wrench. Let's go out to the car. So here's an average car with an average wheel and average lug nuts. These are 21 millimeter. Torque specs on this car for these lug nuts is 76 foot-pounds. I've just gotten out my torque wrench right here and set it to 76 foot-pounds. I have the ALLOYMAN wrench here ready to go. We're going to use it on the highest speed. You can always use the highest speed in reverse because you know what happens when the tire monkey goes and puts tires on your car or has to take the wheels off or anything. They go and put it back on and you hear that. That's wrenching down. Each of those little tick, 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 tick is hammering just a little more, just a little more, just a little more, just a little more for tighter, 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 tighter. And the specifications as per the manufacturer are 76. That's all it has to be. So when you get this back, it could be well over 100. We're going to put this on and see if we can take off this lug nut. No problem at all. Right there. Came right out, no problem. Now, what I'm going to do is switch it to low speed by pressing the button here. See the lights there. Low speed. Always start the lug nut by hand. That way you don't cross thread it. We'll shift this into forward. Put the wrench on there and let's give her. So that's about all it wanted to turn on low. What I'm going to do is take my torque wrench and see if that is 76, because that's the number I'm playing with here. Let me just come over here so it's easier to operate. That is 76 or higher. I don't know what higher could be. It could be 90. I don't know, really. We're going to see if we can find that out. I'll run my torque wrench up to 90. Right on the mark there. And let's see if I can get any more torque out of this. Remember, this is with the ALLOYMAN wrench on the lowest speed. It did tighten slightly, so it's between 76 and 90. I don't know, call it 83, 84, somewhere in there. Pretty good. So if that's all you ever use it for on the low speed, it's perfect for that. Now, let's see. You know, you got to remember this is my car and my lug nuts and my repair bill. If something goes wrong, I'm going to run the wrench up to 110. So I have my torque wrench now set at 110, and I'm going to tighten this bolt, this lug nut, down to 110 right there. Now it certainly moved a bit, which, like I said, is exactly what happens with all those little hammering actions that an impact gun will produce. So now let's see if we can take that off. Once again, I just need to cross the path of the camera. Sorry about that. I think I'll kneel down for this. We're ready to go. So this is now 110 foot-pounds, and more than I would ever put these lug nuts on. Let's see if we can take it off at 110. We are on the highest speed for sure. Let's go. Yep, no problem at all. Took it right off. So like I said, if all you ever use this for is for tires on your car, then it's definitely going to be perfect. Will it produce more torque than that? Yeah, absolutely. It's rated up to 480, so it should definitely go. Once again, at the lowest speed here. That's on now. Pull the socket, and I'll put my torque wrench back on there. I got to run that back down to 76. Let's see, 73, 4, 5, 6. Right there. And I'll see if I can get it while I'm kneeling here. Yeah, that's definitely just about right on the money, if not even a little looser than that. So not bad at all around. So the ALLOYMAN impact wrench certainly did the trick. You can rotate your own tires now at no cost to you if your car is out of warranty and stuff like that. Took it right off, did a fine job with it all around. Once again, this was the ALLOYMAN half-inch drive impact wrench. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description to ALLOYMAN's website, where you can find this item available for sale. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.